Hey gems, it's May here. Usually I save my Dreamlight Valley for live streams, but I have this idea. I finally have a direction for my island village valley. I finally have a direction for my valley and I'm super excited about it. So I wanted to start filming piece by piece, biome by biome, and sharing it with you guys all here. Now, I know most people right now are doing Halloween, fall, those kinds of builds, and I really just wanted to start here. Beast Castle gave me the overall idea and I decided let's just start here. I will be showing you guys my Halloween build momentarily, sometime before Halloween, I promise, but I did want to start here because this is kind of what my idea was born from. So originally I thought I wanted to put the Beast Castle up in the Forest of Valor with the backdrop of Frosted Heights because of the snow in the movie, but it just didn't fit with anything that I currently had up there. So I tried to come up with some new ideas and I'm like, well, this thing is pink and purple. Like, it's super Valentine's, super lovey-dovey, and it's a couple inside the build, right? It's Beast and Belle. So then I started trying to come up with like ideas of people who could go around and complement each other, and I'm like, well, Minnie's house, of course, it's also pink, and then Minnie's got the hearts. I don't know about you, but I always feel like Minnie needs to be somewhere near Mickey. You can't just like separate those two. Like, it's a no-go for me, dog. They have to be together. So then I was like, okay, well, I've got like romance, right? So then I decided I really liked the idea of romance and Valentine's feel. If you are in the United States, there is a amusement park here called Holiday World. All of a sudden dawned on me that I really want to have a Halloween section. I like this idea of like a Valentine's romance section. We already have a little bit of an amusement theme park section. So what if my whole valley is a mix between Disneyland, Disney World, and Holiday World? So that is why we're here doing a sort of Valentine's and romance area right before Halloween. Mostly because I really wanted to build something with the Beast Castle, and so that's why we're over here building in the meadow. I decided half of the meadow will be devoted to the Valentine's kind of romance section, and then the other half of the meadow will be devoted to something else. But I also didn't fill all of this section because I wanted to leave space. I want there to be some wiggle room, if you will, for like dream snaps or any other ideas I might come up with. So this is what we're doing today, now that we're quite a ways into here. So I'm gonna leave you with some music here, and then I'll jump in here and there to maybe discuss some of the stuff going on. At this point in the build, you can kind of see that I really was trying to stick to pinks and purples and reds to just bring those colors up in the forefront, and that is why I chose the cherries and the apple trees. I did also want to make sure that all of these items were still accessible so I could pick when I needed to pick things, and this was a really easy way for me to do that. I tried to create a little bit of a balance between the two sides on either side of the castle without it being a complete copy from side to side, especially since there is more room on my left side than there is on my right side. Something I did run into that I've never had a problem with before is when I pushed the exit from building, my stuff moved, like dramatically moved. This whole section over here with the trees and the little purple bushes and the dream fruit, I don't remember if that's what that's called, but that big tree in the background, all of that stuff moved and I had to go back in. And the thing is like, this isn't my first big project in Disney Dreamlight Valley, but this is the first time I've ever run into that. So that was super disheartening, and I had to like ask some people like, hey, is this a thing or is my game broken? But apparently it's a thing. So I've never heard anybody else discussing it. If you run into it, it's a thing. I don't know how to fix it, but it is a thing. It's not just you. It's not just your game. Another thing, like, I don't have any of the roses yet. I don't have any rose bushes. I don't have any of like the one stem roses. I don't have the rose inside the container thing yet. I'm so close to that with Beast and our friendship level, but I don't have any roses yet. So it was really hard for me to like fully conceptualize this area around romance in a romantic story around a rose and not put any roses in. But I do feel like I have space for those roses. I kind of was thinking maybe here where I have space between my path and the hedgerow, I could put some roses. There's also another section over by the dinner date table where I can put some roses. And then there's a whole nother section where I'm gonna put some benches down that roses would fit to. So there's some space for roses when I finally get them. But I also didn't want to just like wait to build this, you know, wait for whenever I actually have the roses to build this. I wanted to go ahead and get like started on this, and I'll just add to it later. And I think that's something that you have to keep in mind when you're building is like, hey, you may not have all the pieces, you may not have gotten that one thing you saw so-and-so had, but you can still build for it and then just put it in when it finally shows up in your shop. So this little section here with the raspberry bushes and the little Japanese tree, that's where I was thinking some more red roses could potentially go later on too, when we have some. Another thing I would really like to have that I don't have anything that really matches the vibe yet is some lighting. I don't have a great amount of like lighting that would be kind of love themed or red. I don't know, I could use some tiki torches maybe, but I don't think it would give quite the effect that I'm wanting. So for now, it's a little bit dark at night. We do have the Dreamlight fruit tree, whatever, dream fruit trees. They kind of light up the area, so it helps a little bit. And I know for this area, it's a lot of like harsh corners and squares and, you know, like straight pathing. I didn't do a lot of curvatures in this one. I felt like if you were visiting a castle, you weren't likely to be seeing a lot of curvatures. It would probably be a little more like rigid and straight-laced kind of over there. So yes, things are straight here. They're not always going to be that way. I just want to kind of let you know that it's not quite so rigid on my island, but since this is the first like major island video, I thought maybe I should tell you. Oh, and look at this. We are now ready to do a walkthrough. So this is also new to me. I had to learn how to do this slow walkthrough. You guys, you Disney Dreamlight Valley content creators, you're amazing. Like, there's so much that you have to learn. But here's a little walkthrough. Maybe next time I'll remember I should probably put on a better outfit for a walkthrough. But hey, this is kind of what I do anyways. I usually am just in some like teal and purple. I gotta match the vibe, the thing that I like, right? But here is our little romantic date space. I am in love with this little table. I think that was a really cute addition. I'm kind of excited to have that. And then over here, this little bench, I think might make a really good like picture opportunity if I hadn't just dug a farm over at Mickey and Minnie's place and used up some of my energy. I'm like, ah man, that little thing just keeps popping up and I can't get like a good view. It's just gonna be there. Like, okay, is what it is. And then back here, I wanted it to be another like kind of secretive, cozy little alcove. You might meet your romantic partner and sit back here. But also I wanted to make sure I had access to the 2 mining points over here. So I wanted to keep it open without it being like open, right? This little rock path over here, I didn't feel like putting some of the actual brick pathing worked there. It's right next to like a cliff area. It just didn't seem like it would suit. So I thought, well, I don't want it to get filled up with like weird stuff, flowers, broken up ground for you to dig and stuff. So I thought maybe if I put all these rocks down, it'll be a cute path, but not necessarily a straight path that you would have gotten from the bricks. And then this is the little farm that Mickey and Minnie have together, because of course Minnie would be gardening. And that is going to be it for this little tour of my Beauty and the Beast castle and my start of my holiday amusement park world. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, gems.